Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another GLIBEX ForceSweep live stream. I'm the Sith Trader. Remember, trading features involves risk and is not suitable for everybody. Everything I talk about today in the live stream is just for educational purposes and is not trading or financial advice. Just sharing a little bit of what I do every day, the way I look at the markets and the trades I might take live on my screen. That minute opening range has begun. We should be conscious of this slightly larger range the market's been in since the close. I'm at a little bull flag, positive CVD, and a slight gap up here to start the day. We're going to be monitoring that closely. Yeah, I mean, we have some new winners to announce in the live stream. We'll do that here shortly. Kind of let things pick up. Maybe let the 10-minute opening range set up, and then we'll take a look at all that good stuff together.
Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down.
But it looks like that anchor deal's already starting to hold for the day. Hopefully this isn't just a runner higher without giving us any kind of pullback. Gotta make myself aware of some trend lines here that we're bumping into. When that opening range set up, new high in the opening range there. This is a wild little market. Holding that VWAP though to start the day off, huh? Not gonna lie, I just scalped out a little bit of a winner there for myself, but waiting for the real ForceSweep setup here. Alright, what's up everybody? Have I ever played Knights of the Old Republic? Oh, SoCal Nico, you were bringing back fond memories of my 20s. Yeah, I also play EVE Online currently. You can find me in EVE as Sick Boy with a 5, with such a nerd game. I used to play Knights of the Old Republic, and I used to play the EVE, or the online game that they put out for that. I was one of the first people to own a Star Destroyer. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Yeah, I was siphoning in that game, SCA-FAM, and they also launched another tune called Costco, where I just sold rare items, and that's how I make most of my money in those games. I just cornered markets and sold really rare items. My 10-minute opening range is still playing out. This is a very bullish tilt to the night. Kind of wanting to break out of this trend line. You've got the market already holding the VWAP. So push above the range highs, and pull back in the VWAP. But we're going to be aware that they, there's a high here that might want to sweep to and all these things. The green line indicators, that's just CVD. Cumulative volume delta. I'm pretty certain this is a TradingView native script. Yep. So just a CVD, cumulative volume delta for the chart. That's all it is. And I have it set up as line instead of bars. But you can play with it. I just like the line because it's cleaner. And that tells us, cumulative volume delta tells us the difference in buyers and sellers in the order book, not in volume. Right? It's in participating volume, so it's a little bit different. Do I think tomorrow's gonna be nuts with the gold thing? Can I do gold? No, I don't look at gold. What they were trading the NASDAQ. Never request to look at another market. This is the GLIBEX or ForceSweep. We trade, I'm kidding, I'll look at gold in a little bit. But no, I don't really trade gold. I have, but we're gonna look at it in a little bit. There's a 10-minute opening range is about to open up here, and I've got burgers on the grill too. Let's see, what else did I miss? These conditions last couple of days make me worry every time I come to GLIBEX. So yeah, I don't disagree. This open so far, though, I feel a little contextually stronger about. Like, it's behaving all right. But I don't disagree that we've seen this expanding opening range every day that has, really, it's oscillated around the VWAP, and it doesn't do the VWAP any good. It's 100%. It makes me, a little cautious and worried. But it is what it is, right? We just can't necessarily pick and choose them sometimes. Because we've taken 3 losses in a row in the strategy. If I was, I'm not gonna lie, but as a strategy quant, I have my brain that's here and says, well, the next trade has got a higher probability of being a winner, because you come out of drawdowns out of those types of losses, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, and then have 3 or 4 winners in a row kind of thing. Of course, fast results are never indicative of future gains, but if this strategy is always going to have a 60 to 70% win, well, the law of averages says you come out of drawdowns like that with a series and streaks of winners. But we're, contextually still look at everything and watch everything together here. So, with all that being said, do I think tomorrow with space stuff will be crazy? Yeah, but here's the thing: SpaceX isn't a part of any index yet. So they're not going to be moving the NASDAQ or the S&P or the Dow with it, but it is by far, the biggest company to ever IPO kind of thing. I have no idea which way it's going to go. I'm not a stock guy. I have a lot of faith SpaceX will be a successful company, but they're still not making money. Oh, Oliver, don't you worry. It will it will do its thing when it wants to, and we'll be crazy. I'll tell you what, since it is 4 a.m. for some of you, and I know it's really late, I won't wait too long here to, announce those winners for our fabulous, prize, right? Those Dark Side trials. We had 67 votes cast, and a whole bunch of you got into it. And we'll announce those winners here shortly. The reason I'm not doing that is because we are what looks like about to get a opening range high break, and by all means, you know, we want to be paying attention, because this is where the rubber hits the road for the strategy we all showed up here to try to trade tonight, right? So we'll be putting that up here shortly. Like I said, I actually scalped out a little winner here. I took the breakout, took a stop, and then as we started to come back and show some support, I don't know why it says I bought him in this candle. I totally bought him here when we were coming back up. And like the same candle got out. I wouldn't advise that type of trade to anyone else, because it was a micro setup on the, you know, effectively what was the initial open, VWAP holding, gap fill below us, and like trying to push against that. The gap fill below us is kind of a pseudo gap here. With mid data, can't really be worried about that right now. No overview range for us yet, and you know what, for all intents and purposes, we need to go down and break the lows and set up in a short one, but while we did gap up, we technically filled the gap right there, like on the open. There really isn't a GLIBEX gap today, which makes me feel a little more, you know, a little better about what we're looking at here. Love the jams. Come on, really hoping it pop through and then give me my, you know, give us a setup, because I gotta go put burgers on the grill tonight, and I gotta do it quick, because that's the other thing, is I will get those announcements done here sometime in the next like 15-20 minutes, because we are expecting some intense weather in my neck of the woods of Chicagoland area. So by 6 p.m. in 45 minutes, may or may not have power outages and internet outages. It's a nasty storm, already under a tornado watch, which is crazy. Here's the potential break. It's getting wicky. It's just a wick so far, so I don't hate even buying this bull deck if it is a solid trend line, but I would much prefer to see a solid push up here in the next 10 seconds, close above that. There it is. We're about to close above it, and we've got an opening range break for all intents and purposes. In my humble opinion, for how I trade and we watch this, we would have liked it to stay up there. Okay, so the next bar did, and the next candle did. So we already paid attention. Gary, this one could be somewhat of a quick trade. It's not that big. I like the idea that it's only 115 ticks wide, right? That's a little bit more than 1 hour for me, but you know, that makes it much more manageable than some of these 300 and 400 tick wide trades we've been having lately. That just, of course, and they haven't traded rather quickly. 168 now. Got that limit order working. I got it at 95. I'm going to front run it a little bit. I would say, of course, I'm trading at a sim account. We're all trading at sim accounts. You ever traded for a prop firm? I use a sim account because I have Replicanto running, and it dictates all of my other. It's the leader account for all my copy trading. But if everybody trades in sim today. I've already actually scalped my winners for all my funded accounts today, so, you know, that's, Man, it's going to take up the highs of the day for us, isn't it? It's just fine, you know. It's just going to... Well, my entry up to like 97 here. Probably just put it at 98.50. I'm going to front run it just slightly because we have had a high propensity for front running recently. Oh, I can't talk. These trades I took, everything here is funded except for my alpha accounts. Those are the new ones I added today. I also got a code over alpha. I'm trying to get them to make me my own. Well, there's the high of the day, so heads up. And like I said, I use this really cool tool called Replicanto. Here it is. And so with Replicanto, I set the sim as the leader. And then it manages all the orders for me. It will show me I'm only working the orders in my alpha accounts right now. You can see here that will follow the sim. And as I just update this one sim account order, it updates all the other ones for me. I'll put my order at 1/4. If we are coming back quick here, folks. Probably need to fiddle. It's 185 wide, so definitely use the appropriate risk here, right? Maybe go down to micros if you want. You see how it updated the order for me just by closing that sim. So Replicanto is a really cool tool to use for copy trading. It's what I use. I turned off all my other funded accounts because I already felt down my, the win for the day, 350, 400. I'll take that. But these alpha accounts, I need to pass them. It's only a day to pass. But yeah, no, I'm trading sim, of course, but I am copy trading the actual, actual accounts here. To answer that question. But it's called Replicanto. There really isn't a gap on the chart. But here we go. Coming in. Move it up to 2 even here, maybe. It's trading the 10-minute opening range high right now as support. But an 85 tips wide, so I have to adjust my orders. No, I got alpha premiums. The PR, I think, PRME there means the premiums. They look only my expense accounts, I think, or like I've only ever had 5 accounts before this, and then I'm kind of new with alpha. Come on, give us that fill. Push back down into that BWAP force here. Get us that fill. And if we get a fill, I'll be managing the trade, but we'll announce some winners very shortly here. Yeah, I used Replicanto last year with like Apex, and I run 20 accounts to them. I can't trade with Apex anymore. I was too successful. They'll do that to you with just shy of $400,000 payouts. That's okay. I don't need Apex anyway. I have the equivalent of Apex right now, right? 20 different accounts. Don't go up without us. No, they didn't push me live. I got eval banned over a year ago with them. And everybody I know has been pushed live. There is no live program. I wish I could say otherwise, but I've yet to meet anybody who's actually trading live. And I know plenty of people who got called up to live that are waiting now 3 months now. So I'll believe it when I see it. I don't know why they haven't actually implemented a live program, but they have to ask that. They have to ask those guys over at Apex. The war guys, since they're running away, you'll be surprised that it will come down and probably test this evil up. Oliver, they ban you from buying more devaluations once you get to a certain point. And if you can't buy more evaluations and you blow your funded accounts, that's it. You can't buy anymore. I was banned because I made almost $400,000 there. Yeah. That was a year before they did this whole live program thing, which is just a way of banning you, honestly, at this point. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Well, I hope it doesn't run away from us, but it very well might here. This is definitely not a test or a trade of it, though, of the VWAP here. What it could be is this other swing low. You know, VWAP anchored from this 1 minute bar at 1705. Could be that trading, but we're not. We don't take that. And if you know Rael, if I pronounce that right, you're probably right. I happen to know lots of brokers, like real life brokers. I've worked for an FCM in the past, so I know the way the industry works, and you're probably very right. They probably do not get approved because of their practices and other things that they do. Who knows? But you're absolutely right. A broker's got to be willing to stand behind basically you as a firm, because now you're becoming and introducing part of their firm, right? And there are strict regulations once you cross that Rubicon and come out of sim funded and go into live. So you can't, you know. That's why some of these guys running Discords and other things that are, you know, paid Discords and mentorship programs, they're skating a very, very fine line, a regulatory line. That quite frankly, I think that gap will get closed under the next administration. The Trump administration running kind of only way to describe it is a very, like, Wild West style regulatory environment in finance right now. Almost anything goes. I believe by the next administration, all of those regulatory gaps are going to get closed, and the sim-funded world will probably change a little bit. Not for us, the customers, but for the firms and the way they have to operate, report, all that kind of stuff. Because under my current understanding of the law and the regulation in the United States is all of these firms are either operating as an unlicensed casino or they're operating as an off-exchange futures broker, which both of those are technically illegal. And it actually blows my mind that nothing's been changed yet. But that's the way regulation works, right? It's not like the police come knocking at your door. The CFTC, NFA, FTC, SEC, all those 4 and 3-letter organizations have to build a case. And these firms have plenty of legalese and, you know, stuff that you've all agreed to in their fine prints, right? That kind of make them immune. And, you know, the fact that we're trading sim and there's no real live capital behind it, none of our orders actually hit the order book. I don't think they're fattening them up for slaughter. There's too much money to be made. I think regulations will come in to help regulate the industry. So you won't see people like the Scott Fristay at FTT and all these other scam firms. The CFD firms will be gone in the U.S. Like that'll be the first thing, one of the first things to go, though. The CFDs innately are already illegal in the United States. Because U.S. Futures lobby has created laws that do not allow CFDs technically. Now, sim trading CFDs is a different story. But as a U.S. client, I couldn't go open a firm and offer actual CFDs to, you know, like as a brokers, because they are too considered off-exchange, you know, interest contracts. But with the change in predictive markets and all these other things, you know, and online gambling now going into the predictive markets via, you know, sports betting, lots changing, right? And like I said, we are under a regulatory environment in the U.S. under the Trump administration where pretty much anything goes. So that changes administration. You look at a good example is look at the Biden administration in crypto, right? Think of how terrible Gensler and the SEC was for crypto for all those years. He's out. The second he's out, all of a sudden all the other doors open. I don't think FTX collapse would have happened under another administration if Gensler wasn't in there as well. I mean, for various other reasons, but I mean, look at CZ Payne from, or whatever his name is, CZ from Binance is basically out of jail. What the guy committed was an accessory to money laundering and terrorist financing. I mean, those are types of charges that should lead you to life imprisonment. You know, to the tune of, hundreds of billions of dollars. It's not like a little bit of money, but tens of billions of dollars. And, they proved that he and the people over at Binance knew this was going on and do nothing to stop it. I mean, come on. That kind of stuff is crazy. To think that you can get away with that under the current regulatory environment and administration. It all depends on who's in government and in charge. It's crazy, but I got my start in finance before the Dodd-Frank era, before the 2010 Dodd-Frank laws went into effect, and those changed banking and finance also. All right, so we're going to get that test down into the VWAP right here. Let's see if the pullback occurs. I'm working at 04504. It's a 2-tick run. I might pull it up, but we'll see. And yeah, unfortunately, like most of these things, like regulators don't usually come in to regulate or change things until enough people get screwed. And, they don't take action until enough people have complained or actually gotten, lost money and ruined, lives have been ruined. It's unfortunate that that's the way it works, but the way regulators operate. Patience here, everybody. Don't worry. Don't force it. I've been forcing trade the last couple of days, and it's been stinky. Granted, I've worked my way out of problem spots, but there's no reason to cause those problems if, you can just be patient. Well, is it going to rip out on us? Without us? Come on. But that trend line, I do fear it is going to go, but nothing we can do about it. If it does go and they do highs, I'll announce the winners, all right, for starters. But nope, that trend line's holding. Come on. Now what we want to see, and let's take a look at the volume here to kind of give ourselves those volume profile for what market's doing real quick. There you go. All right, so to start our day off here, we had a solid 511 contracts higher on the open, 311 to follow through. And then we kind of petered off. Then we traded a decent amount as we were finding a new high of the day here. Looks like around, several hundred. And then it was good cushions of 120, 192, 141, 256 as we went through highs of the day. 256 to carry us up to new highs. 200, 280. That's a trap buyers probably up there around 36.75. But they've reload from me. I mean, that's the way to do it, Ice Strong. Is like you can't come in this thinking you can just trade, and magically be successful. Okay, so once we got above that high of the day, we can see all this volume trading. It's petering out. So this is now the downtrend. Look at how the volumes look. They all gotten lighter. Down here, the volume up right now is not that impressive. So what I would love to see is one more candle down into the VWAP, right? To really fill that entry for us. But do it on like this decent volume red bar, right? That is almost capitulation, in essence. Of course, if it goes above, by 9,534 here, might be a nice volume spike that takes us into highs. But, fortunately, we gotta roll with the punches and it just, wait for the next pullback if it happens. Not every day provides a setup, almost every day does. But we're here to try to pick and have the part of the ones that matter most and work out well, right? There's no telling exactly which ones those are, but everything today so far about this setup looks pretty clean, looks pretty good. It's like a market with bulls are in control. Look at CVD, never negative, but for a brief moment, and then building longs in the order book effectively. And you would imagine you'd have some good passive buyers down there at the VWAP in the 10-minute OP range again. But those buyers that occur here at 28,511 and 29,514, they may be put under pressure here into one leg lower into the VWAP. Scares everybody out that was a buyer anywhere in this range, and then the market goes up and two through it and at a new high in the day. Entry down around the 28,505 area means it's about 170 ticks wide. I use 1-to-1 risk reward ratio personally. If it's ever outside the low of the day, that's usually warning sign for me, but we won't risk more than the prior low of the day. And trading, to kind of come back to what Ice Strong said, trading is one of those skill sets that literally anyone can do. You don't need a master's degree or a doctorate degree to do. I mean, some of the best traders I knew in the world were literal high school dropouts. I mean, I can't tell you how much I've learned from them. But it is a skill set that takes a lot of time, patience, and control over yourself. Discipline is key. But once you master it, can result in complete financial freedom for you. Not that I'm promising that, because 99% of us fail at this game. Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms. I have like 6 different strategies I kind of trade regular. This is just one that is the most mechanical, easiest to understand, and quite frankly allows me to describe order flow, price participation, and auction theory dynamics all in one. So if you want to learn a solid strategy that kind of prepares you for all the other things in the market that you want to be looking for in the way to think, this is a good mechanical one that does that. It effectively sets an opening range for the day. Oopsie. That creates an opening range for the day. And then as we break that range with some momentum push, we look then for a mean reversion back to the VWAP. That's it. It's that simple. There's nothing, no secret sauce here, nothing crazy going on. And it's inherently mechanical. Risk 1-to-1, look for a new high of the day. That's it. I do think we're going to get that little push here shortly. I show up to trade this trade every day because it has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last year. But I'll be fair, you also probably saw here tonight. Earlier, I was able to scalp out and take earlier trades because I'm doing the same thing on a micro time frame for myself over here. Actually, a forced push type idea. But this strategy in itself has accounted for plenty of profits to where it's good enough to share with the world. You have all found me, right? There's a reason. Wow, this bottling up, it's just gonna go. If it doesn't mind, give us that one push back. But I wouldn't be surprised actually for it to go back up to 40s and back down, but agreed, SoCal. A lot of it is just discipline and what your ability to do it. No, my Bitcoin strategy is entirely different. I mean, not entirely. I still use VWAPs and CVD and open interest, as you can see on the screen here. But I use volume profiles on bigger time frames. Trading Bitcoin is different. I look for giant swings I can then drop in and out of on the way down. What's up, Austin? AC Trades in the house tonight. He and I had a great powwow the other day talking our individual strategies, and it's wild how much all of us, are successful. If you're trading around the same time of the day, looking at the same things, you have very similar ideas. Do I trade Bitcoin on Lucid? No, I trade Bitcoin for breakout. New high of the day. Got to adjust our trade a little bit here. A little disappointed we haven't gotten our entry yet, but it doesn't change much dynamically about what we're doing here. Of course, if it just rips and goes, and I did promise if we got that new high of the day, I would announce our winners, but oh my gosh, we're coming down for the entry right now, it looks like. Heads up. That was a sweep of the highs. Kind of coming down quick here into this, head back into the VWAP. 182 wide again. That new high. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, crypto's tough. Bitcoin is really actually a tough trade, I'm not going to lie. It always comes back and retests levels, and it chops around. And you just got to be willing to take profits quickly, bank that profit, and then go away, honestly. Oh my gosh, here I'm thinking we were going to get that fill. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we can still announce those winners, because we are waiting for that ForceSweep entry to happen here. It just hasn't. It's just like teasing me now when it come down, and here it does come. Oh my gosh, fill me so I can you get away and go put my burgers on the grill. I got a hot grill out there, folks. I am not checked out Cultivate Crypto. I have to. I do. It's on a list of things to do here. I also upgraded my Anthropic to Extreme today. $200 a month for 20 times the usage. So worth it. I've been cooking, folks. I'm working on all sorts of statistical breakdowns, incorporating the ForceSweep with the dots. It's a lot of stuff for other sessions, but I used to have that on stay. That prior 10-minute orb high still holding as support. Still counting, go pointing out the, well, Theory DMA also. Oh, this one is such a deserving winner tonight. Come on.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to...
Nah, I've seen worse than this, folks. Patience. Patience. Trading is about patience. It'll trade so fast you won't even be able to stop it.
to protect your soul.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it.
You gotta love it. New high. Now now that you up in mind for that opening range high, typically we see this back up to be 181 ticks wide. Really doesn't change much about the core of the trade. It just continues to, vibe the bullish undertone in the market, But since we made new highs of the day here, folks, and while we are waiting for a ForceSweep, we go ahead and do the thing and announce those winners. Because a storm's going to start here shortly, and I don't want to leave y'all hanging on who our winners were. So congratulations to those winners. Thank you so much to everybody who entered into the Dark Side Trials. The votes have been tallied, and 3 of you have been selected amongst your peers. First up in 3rd place, with 47 total points, we broke down the points. 3 points for first place vote, 2 points for second place vote, and 1 point for third place vote. Third place, Naruto 66 with 47 points. Your round winner of that 25K Lucid Pro evaluation. Next up in second place, we had to push the new highs today. Wow, it's getting big. Timmy Ticker for 99 points. You're the proud winner of a 50K Lucid Flex evaluation. I have no idea what's going on in the markets. It's blasting our highs. We're a long ways off from a gap from a ForceSweep fill, so we can get these announcers out there. Congratulations, Timmy Ticker 6 and Naruto 66 for winning. And in first place with the highest number of votes and 112 points to a total. Oh, I strongly haven't missed anything, man. Don't worry, this market will pull back. S4TXVT, the winner of a 50K Lucid Pro evaluation. I will shoot you guys DMs in the on X here. Those announcements will go out in about an hour, 15 minutes on X anyway. So if you didn't, you're not near, you missed it, you're going to get hit with an ad reply from me here in about an hour. And I'll shoot you a DM to get you the code for those over at Lucid. So congrats to our 3. I hope you guys all like this promo. I thought this was a cool one. I'm going to do more contests like this. Get people with the lead content is great for engagement, right? And otherwise, congratulations to all of y'all. May the dark side reward the skilled. The Dark Side Trials here from the Sith Trader. Congratulations, winners. Alright, so back to our regularly scheduled programming. We got breakout of new highs here. Market's just expanding its range. Continue with that bullish vibe. Now we're up to a rather large ForceSweep now. 261 ticks, wow. The kind that you consider maybe going down to, micros or something. If you're not comfortable trading that size, and I don't even have a ATM that big. We'll see what happens. They haven't put it on Legends Trading. I'm not really familiar with them, honestly. I will say if I trade with them, I trust them. And I know they're good for the money. Tradify and others are good too. I don't have any Tradify costs right now. Wow, this is just going and going, isn't it? Yeah, this might be a night where we just kind of really didn't get it, you know. And it could just go without us because it's been an overwhelmingly kind of bullish market. Bitcoin is not, though, following through. Not that it needs to follow at all. It's waiting outside in the rain to get some burgers out the grill. Sith Trader loves to cook in the kitchen or otherwise. We either will be a fallback into the VWAP at some point. It always does it, whether it's an hour or a couple hours. If it's in a couple hours, I won't be taking it. But if it is within the next 45 minutes or so, I will. So let's see what happens, folks. You'd be surprised how quickly it does trade when it does. Also, I need to get back to our other music so that we're not all in sleep here, huh? But you will notice that if we get filled on this, I will likely not take it all the way to target. I will trail it by stop and basically scalp out of this thing to try to maximize gains on the day.
white, eating rotten apples. Dirty bass that be coming at you. Roller coasters like a supernova. I'm the ringmaster, this my tabernacle. See you screaming, I'm like, what for? Oh, you pop? Yeah, I got popcorn. Haven't wake up on the wrong lawn, so we won't stop. It's a lost cause. Take a look through the peephole. Yo, everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let them leaks know that we turn the club into a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club into a freak show.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. Echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes. It goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes. It goes, it goes. Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it
Ah, of course, I was muted. Ha ha ha. Yeah, all I do is renounce the dark Sith trials there. But yeah, not much has changed here, folks. Just pulling back slowly into the Miwok. Thanks for pointing out that I'm muted to do that. I have a tendency to kind of do that. Let Kindle run in here and I'll mute it so you don't have to hear it, toddler screaming. Yeah, you haven't missed anything. I was just announcing and talking congratulations to those 3 winners again. The M's have been sent out to X with those codes in your box. I got a burger to go munch on while we wait for this to fill. I use an ATM strategy, so I'm never too worried. While my zones of entry fills, those orders get thrown out there. I use a copy trader to manage the across multiple accounts, right? Dark Side Trials were a X Flash Twitter event I hosted over the last week, where you responded to the posts, you uploaded a sure. I can still show you what the rules were. Hey, yo, this is what it was. The Dark Side Trials were just a lucid account giveaway, top 3 from a Twitter poll. Got a chance to win those. But basically, the way it worked is you submitted your, you put in your submission of, you know, a 30-second video, reverse grams or screenshot, or how you'd copy the lucid evals. I took all those submissions and basically created a Google form poll so that everybody could vote on them. Put that vote out there, and oh wow, that really just almost ticked me. Oh, that is hysterical. I missed entry by a fucking tick. That is painful to watch. Let's see here, folks. I mean, I wouldn't have adjusted my order, I suppose, but we could always come in here a little bit later, but that's for sure. I hope some of you got billed there. Probably got billed in the micros. I'm gonna pull up my entry here. Yeah, I'm just getting in. Because I'm gonna basically try my stop up to break even right away. Then just start. Nope, I'm already out break even. Probably gonna come down for a second test and fill me. We'll see. Right now. I did not mean to pull that in. That's okay. I can deal with this first management. That was a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes, but just, yeah, let them cost you anything here. We're gonna be cautious here. Hopefully it doesn't come screaming down, but hopefully that filled. Let's see what happens here, folks. Basically traded to the tick tonight. Let's check out that volume profile. Candles real quick. See what they look like. Coming in for a second test here of the level. They already provided almost a 20. Wow, 20-point bounce. We'll see. Agreed, this week they're making us work for it. I'm a little worried that this first reaction didn't really take off and go, but second test here is on really light volume so far. You are seeing it back out above that 28,540, that point of control the prior minute that had 122. But that was a capitulating kind of moment, 138 contracts down. And so while as we generally stay above this 38, or try to get about 33s and towards 38, that's the goal here. Might move my stop up here just below these lows. Because if it does go under, I'm happy to get back in. I hate my entry. And again, this is kind of why I run off my other accounts, right? And I'm only trading the evals I have left right now, but because I'm up on my fundeds. I'm still confident in this trade. It's just if it goes under the VWAP, I'd like to maybe play defense and get out, but then get back in if it comes back above. Because this is a lot of risk to take down here, right? If I was holding at the first test, I'd still be holding, and then now free and probably right away stop up to break evens anyway. So it really shouldn't change the way you know. It's right on the screen. So the core of the setup that I trade.
For quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days
The bounces up here. I'm definitely moving my stop up. Come on.
to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again.
The rear trend line off the highs right now too. Very aggressive one.
We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again.
You know, get that reaction. Now let's actually take a look. Make sure it's got that good volume push. Made it looks like it's getting it. See what that volume looks like. Come on, stupid bars. They take forever. Ooh, 63. That's not quite a lot, but we did clear out over that old point of control at 48,539. I mean, I would imagine. Let's take a look at on the way down. If there's anything that sticks out to me for where minimum targets the upside. Not really. This is fair to trade down. You'd imagine it will retake most of this on a solid rally here. But this is where you'd start to consider putting stops at break even if you have filled, down there at the lows, or at the view up as I should have been. I'm going to be forced to kind of chase this a little bit, or chasing the trade just a little. But we're going to solid push now another 10, 15 points higher on stops break even for me, because it'll probably be on its way up. I'm just praying that we don't come down for another test, because that puts pressure on my crappy fill. I can't believe I missed my tick. I should have just waited, but I can deal with that. I would hate for you guys to have that situation. CBD is still very much positive. Look at this. Fall back and CBD is barely a dent in the whole day, not even 50% back. So, we're in 45 serve, 48,545. We should just, I think, probably actually you can kind of see at the start, probably back up to 60s rather quickly. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna scalp out for sure, but I think I would take out some of my trades, particularly this E8s. Because they're funded. It's the only funded ones I have on with this trade. Come on, give me like another push. That one more push here. I don't like this stalling right here. This is stalling at the old high of the day. Want to see this really go here. This time of day is kind of slow. It almost like things happen in slow motion, compared to your New York session. And so just patience. It'll all of a sudden, just be this big boner candle straight up. Good 15-minute close there, though. This 15-minute candle right now. Huge wick off the VWAP. High probability we retrace this whole body back to 60s at least. Right now we're in the move that I can bring my stuff up to break even. I'm trading off of a 100-tick chart over here on the left. Oh, come on, don't come back and get me. I'd love to lock in 10 points from this. There we go. Gonna probably put my stops here, 47, 48. That gives me one more good push up. Oh, those son of the bitches. Nope. They're gonna come get me. No. No. Don't stop believing, folks. 1 second, buddy. My son's at the door. Okay. Grinding higher here. No reason to fret. Long as it don't tick me out. Feel confident we'll have to push up to 29,560 here in a minute. Now, but my here a lock in. I'm just gonna go ahead and lock in. Okay, they got me. So I scaled it off for like few more extra bucks there. Can't. We're not going to be re-entering with my funded accounts, so I just turn on my alpha accounts here. I'm coming back in though on my emails. Stops down below at 35s. Want to see it clear to 55, 53 here. My Hamilton space. Check out the volume real quick on this. We're due for a winner, but we're due for this thing to go sky high through the highs. 3 days in a row we had nasty stop outs. This is shit volume though. Really crappy volume, so I want to see like where the stop's going to get hit. It's like a 200 bar, you know, because that's what the volume was earlier tonight, right? When we were rallying. We wanted to see 137, 90, 230, 105s, right? 158, 130, right? We're not seeing those big green volume bars right now. It makes me a little concerned, but not too concerned. Because this chart, the 1 minute candles are just melting, and these melt ups after a nice 15-minute wick like this time of day. See, we're just retrace that whole body. I am probably going to put my stop at break even on this trade too, which for me is at 50. There's the push up to 60s. Oh, don't come ball. Really? That sucks. That's okay. I wasn't actually taken out of my alpha trade, so I need to throw my order back on and manage to trade accordingly. I'm confused as to what happened there. What the heck? My copy trader messed up on me. That's okay. Coming in for what looks like potentially a second test, so be careful here. Yeah, totally liquidity grab. But this time of day, we see that kind of stuff all the time. No clue. FX quit. I have no idea where the market's going. My stop's at 35.50, so I just got stopped out. Therefore, on this second test down into the VWAP, I will probably... What is with my Alpha Prime accounts? Hold on. Why are they not updating at all? That's just weird. I need to look into why my copy trader messed these up. And now I got 5 individual accounts I'm going to have to manage out of this trade. I mean, ideally it popped from here and goes straight up, but... Sim account. So now I'm just putting an order into my sim account. Wow. Anything to do with... Okay, now turn my copies back on and rearm them. Orders. Okay, does moving this order update any of them? No, it doesn't. That is so bizarre. Wow, okay. I mean, I'm in the original trade, right? But I'm not loving it. I'm just going to have to use the GTFO button here. Because I do not like the way this trade's going one bit. We took below the VWAP. I will be getting out on these accounts. I can set these to 2250 quickly. Went through 50. Okay. They will update all of those hats. Why are the stops at 42250? That's so bizarre. I am so perplexed as to what the heck's going on. Alright, fine, I'm out. Whatever. You can get back in here if I need to. That stinks. I kinda like the way the win I had on those accounts. That's okay. Alright, well, we're going to watch this closely because we do start to come back about this VWAP. After this little flush out and liquidity grab lower, I will be looking to get long. However, the market has given a reaction off the level and now come back down for a second test, so you got to be very careful at this point in time. I'm personally flat, and I'm probably going to step away if it starts to break down further, because hey, there's no reason to stick with this trade anymore. It gave us a reaction off the VWAP. We've seen some poor price action here that was setting up for a good trade, and then it all of a sudden turns into a foul one. You know, you just got to come back for the next one. That's all you can do. I am watching closely here, and we're going to flip over that list volume bars for a hot second because I do want to see, you know, if I see something here. Yeah, and see if they're just crushing it now. Gonna hide it, so I'm gonna shouldn't move them. Yeah, not huge volume, but this is where I wait because now if we come back above the VWAP, it's a trade that I'll re-enter. As of right now, they are spanking the market. Okay, here it's coming back up. We get up to like 32, we break that. Oh, there should bring this down now to 28 even. It's just storm rolling in my neck of the woods right now, so I might do a. But if we do come back up on top, the other side of the view up at this point, I would get back in because then that becomes kind of this what we refer to as a forced push idea. But right now, you run the risk it's holding the view up as resistance. This thing has maybe the market's now signaling to you, maybe it's turned over. CBD is still looking decent actually down here. Like, would it really break down on that new low? There is no gap. The gap was filled. You look at the open here, you can see the gap was filled in the first minute. See the candle right here. I guess maybe you could call that a gap. The low here overlaps with that last minute of price action anyway. The very weak gap, if anything. But no doubt. I mean, even if it's not a real gap, they may want to revisit that level because it's the low of the day, right? So regardless if it's a gap or not, it's the low of the day. It's an important level, and on the chart. But there are a little bit of overlap. It's not a true like price gap at this point because those last 1 minute candles did in fact overlap. So call it what it is, right? I would buy stopping at 28th divide if it gets up with all that. Or we'll leave that working for a hot minute, go grab my bird or grab a drink. I'm going to give this also probably another half-hour top if this storm doesn't do anything. But right now I'd be flat and out of this position. So it's crazy, right? When you look at like a management style versus, right, how a system and strategy trades, right? You gotta trade to win. You can't just, can't just trade blindly. But yeah, Scott, you're probably getting the talent or part of that one that we got or a little bit ago that you'll get this one probably coming at you too. Although there's a couple giant cells. What would down they go? Oh, look at that. This is why we're out. I'm out and not messing with this, but it does come back above the VWAP at this point. That would be a great reversal back in the highs of the day right now. So until we get down to this 2460, I will buy that bias break out into the upside here and like re-enter this trade. But as it stands right now, I'm very happy to be out, right? Yeah, low with right. Let's see if it comes up and gives us that. I'm still on the way back up here. Let's see what happens. I do anticipate this bad boy all the way back up to highs. I would only now risk right down to that low, even though the full VWAP as or trade kind of calls for a little bit more here. We're gonna watch this trend line through the highs. It's got a long ways up. I do feel that this move should be good towards 50s. We'll see. Ooh, Scott, how do you play? Replay poker, man. Volume on the view up here. This is where it's good to dial in. We're gonna move this over. You guys all know the trade we're in. When we know volume bars again, they gotta like mess up my screen. I wish there was like a quick way to change the views. Alright, so that downdraft, 227 sellers. Most of the sellers were trapped around 29,508 below the 10-minute OP range. If you notice that line, which is kind of inching or below that 10-minute OP range high, I should say. So a lot of sellers trapped down here. You can see the point of control of these, all these bars down here. And then we scurry back up above the VWAP. 45 to 85, not bad, but look, the points of control on all three of these new channels are above that VWAP. CVD has during the same period here, you can see how it's coiled from the lows, which were not negative, but it has now started to build back up. So you're seeing real buyers come in, a short squeeze happening, and now acceptance, light acceptance, but acceptance above that VWAP for the time being. We'd like to see that continue. We could play with it for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, you know, that's short squeeze back to highs of the day. If it happens, if we fail to hold above the VWAP here, though, I'll be the first one to tell you, you know, my stop will be coming up very shortly. You know, basically break even or just below the VWAP or maybe below this 100-tick handle, around that 28,500 or 28,520 area. Because hey, at the end of the day, if it rolls back over and gets back below the VWAP, which oh man, it's looking like it may want to do here. Well, don't want to be any part of it because it's just failure to break back above and hold above, right? But letting this up here, they're holding up. They give one more push above 35s. You know, up towards 40, I'm bringing my stop to break even. And honestly, at that point, it should be really rather quick back up the highs. I would imagine a move just like this, if it's going to happen. It's a big if still, right? But this was one heck of a liquidity grab, liquidity hunt. Someone wanted their fill down here in the opening range, I don't know. Again, leaving us with a big outside bodied 15-minute candle. But if you start to take out the body of that candle and go into that wick, man, it's, you know, this outside candle ends up being bullish. You know, not bearish like it kind of looks. And by the way, the 15 minutes couldn't even close above the lows of, you know, the prior 15-minute candle that was setting a low into the VWAP here. Interesting to see. Right, there's that maybe that push to 40 that I want to see to get my stop break even, or at least to this low. I'm definitely raising my stops up to 22 quarter, below this little low right here. I've only got my evals on at this point. All my funded accounts have been closed out for profit, so I'm not messing too much with this market, but I do have the utmost confidence that this thing can go. And get that 86.50 high. Actually, I need to check real quick. Oh, wait, I'm gonna... Oh my god, did I do the thing? I did the thing. God. But I only took this in this one eval. I am so stupid. Ah, man, I am fucking up everywhere tonight. This is ridiculous. What the fuck is wrong with me, people? Yeah, I like this too. What I don't like is this trend line off the highs is holding, but It is what it is. What I am legitimately confused as to why my system is so messed up right now. I'm not copy trading for these accounts. What is going on? So weird. That worked. Well, anyway. I actually legitimately need to make sure I don't make too much from these if this trade works out. So hold on. Yeah, that's fine. That's not too much. '81. Here it goes. Pressing the aggressive button here on the CD details. Turning off the highs is a little concerning right now, but it breaks and we're on our way to new highs. Do not expect you guys retreating this like I am, aggressively heading into this position on the way up. Again, I am only trading 5 evals right now through alpha. My funded accounts have all been closed out with some profit on the day. So these ones with the unrealized profits in are the only accounts actually with anything going on. Well, don't come down on me. This is where you almost want to get out and then get in on a break of that high kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, that's great. That's kind of the goal, right? Like, we see the market stalling. If you're in on this and you got profits, like, take them. You can get back in at 55.75 with the third, you know, with a clear trend line holding of them, right? The market's giving reaction down to the view of it. It looks like it's gonna go, but we're stalling here. It could fall back down to the view one more time and do like head and shoulders batter, head, butt filter. Right shoulder down the view up. Or it could just fall into the view up and just continue to fall. I've got to watch these because I can only make like $1,500 a day. For me, it's my second day, so technically, we're in that consistency score a little bit. I'm pretty sure if I get building this, I only want to, or get around 73 if my math is right. But by all means, the target on the full ForceSweep was all the way up there to 87.50. Here we go. Do we break? And do we go? Feels an awful like we're about to, but we will see. Right now, I'll be hyper aggressive trying my stop if I get filled in this third unit. Actually, at this point, I should bring my stops up to break even. There's zero reason I'd risk more than that right now. I can always get back in. I'd really like to bring my stop up. Well, what's the low this minute? 49s, but I think I will. There it is. Stops at 57 on everything from those two. But I don't want it that tight. Yeah. Come on, go, go, go. Why didn't it add it to the original position? I do not know what my copy trader is doing tonight. That's okay. There we go. Yeah, trailer stops up. I mean, walking games. Right? This market could roll over on us and go straight down, even though it looks like it's about to go through highs. Like, all right, give me that push. 3, 2, 1. Anticipate an expansion on this 1 minute candle. And looks like it wants to. I'll do a little bit more than that. "15 seconds on this next one, a minute candle to close out a 15-minute candle over the next minute. So if there's going to be a go, it's going now, in my humble opinion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right on cue. Let's see that green shoot. Taking one off there. About to trail the stops and the other ones. Whatever, it gets me at 59.75, it gets me. Then I need to take this up a little bit higher. Oh, I'm out. Okay, that wasn't a bad day, I guess. I'm sure it is going to be a full force sweep and go to target here, folks. But, okay, so let's just do a quick breakdown, because I am probably going to, call, I couldn't survive that. I feel very confident we're about to go to targets, but I might even scale my way up there, but, well, oh man, what should I do? Right, so let's give a breakdown of, what I'm trading here was just on the sim and wasn't copy traded. Unfortunately, I did nab and make about a $500 day on those alpha accounts, which puts me about $2,000 on all of them. I'll go. This is going. There we go. And targets filled on the force sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause. that was a nice evening. All right, let's do a little postmortem on all of this, right? This is definitely the type of night that we can learn from what to do better. Personally, had a great night. But Lucid Fundeds are now sitting almost 14 to $1,500 each. But E8 Fundeds are sitting $500 on the day. MFFUs, these rapids are weird. Oh, hey, Ice, if you got missed by Tick Man, take that profit right now. Don't wait it out. You know, you had a good trade so far. Just take that profit. Don't ever be ready to hit that flat and all, market button. If you miss a trade, if it misses your buy tick, just take it. Seriously, I can't tell you how many trades I've seen that are going to come all the way back. And if this one probably won't. This one probably will push the eyes again. It's hanging out here. But these Alpha Pros, man, now those are nasty today. But I got 1,000 more to go to pass those. So yeah, I didn't know these rapids, these MFFU rapids, were like or whatever. Like starting bands of balance at 0. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me psychologically because all these account balances are bogus above 50K, right? But anyway, let's do the postmortem on this trade. Let me move my trading screen over here. In fact, I'm just going to log out of Ninja altogether because they should know working orders. They should have flattened alls hit because I don't need it anymore. All right. So ForceSweep tonight was actually a pretty generic, simple setup. Came down, right, you had the opening range break. It flagged, it tail-lighted us, and then broke out of that high of the day, which actually is almost something I'd prefer to see it do. And then gave us that nice pullback into the VWAP. You notice how initially I tried to, if I was actually filled at the VWAP like that probably should have been. Great trade, Ice Strong. That's a positive day. You come back tomorrow, we'll do it again. Market bounced off that pullback session VWAP. It went over 50% of the way to that target. You could trail your stop up and, easily walk in, 20, 30 points on this trade, right? Like, just trailing the prior minute lows, you really get taken onto this candle. We reversed. Great. Then it comes down for a second test of the VWAP. We do not enter on that second test because more times than not, this shit will happen. Market will go down below the level and liquidity dive, You're able to see a lot of trap sellers down there around that 10-minute opening range high. This whole time, CVE has been nothing but positive. I have CVE in 2 places on the charts. Well, the top on the chart itself, it's broken up over, look at every hour. But then down here, the lower one shows me the CVE since the open. And you can see ever since we got above their view up and made new highs of the day, this has been positive. And the pullback we saw in that very violent collapse did not attract many new sellers. It was just marketing in. It was all stops. It was nobody selling, and trying to be seller. When we came back up, you notice I stopped in on the VWAP on the way back up. This is called a forced push. It's when we get a liquidity sweep through the VWAP, and then that rejection below, and then a break back above, and acceptance back above. Right? That's what this little consolidation above the VWAP was, holding it actually as support before starting to head higher. We ran into the downward sloping trend line. It flagged against there. You saw me use that as another entry as well. Because I was managing, trying to get back into trades and make up for a little bit. But generally speaking, the ideal trade of tonight would have been, you take the VWAP, you trail your stop up, right, you take it out, you're out as it breaks below, and then you're getting back in as the break above for the whole swing back to highs. So you could basically have traded this twice, but that second time you wait for the market to confirm back above the VWAP. If you don't do that, you run the risk of basically being the guy that sold the VWAP or bought the VWAP when you should have been selling it here on the way back, as it market rolled over and takes out lows. So, Ice, I would say trailing is one of the best things you can do. That's how I lock in my gauge. You can always get back in. I don't know why people are so afraid to trail stops, lock in your profits along the way. And when you get hit, there's a reason your stop got hit and the market comes down. Yeah, you'll get ticked a lot, but you just gotta accept the fact that I did book gains, by doing that, minimize my risk. So with all that being said, have a great night, everybody. Congratulations once again to those winners. Univerito 66, Committee Kickers, whatever, coming in second, and X4 TXBT coming in first place. You guys all got your codes in your X BMs right now. Congratulations. We'll do another giveaway like this again time soon. Austin, AC Trades in the house. Thanks for checking in. It was one heck of a night, but hey, actually, for all intents and purposes, right, tonight was a great example of kind of how the strategy is a decent mechanic, but there's ways to trade around it that improve upon that edge, right? Have a great night, everybody. Remember, trading features and vol risk, it is not suitable for everyone. Everything you saw, see here today was just my opinion and not trading advice. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to not miss a beat with this podcast. And we'll be back with you all tomorrow for, actually, no, have a great weekend. We'll be back with you Sunday night for the next GLIBEX Open. Good night, everybody.
Shoot.